In this video, we're going to show how both Mac users and PC users can generate a histogram in just a few small steps. As an example, we're going to look at the week 4 data, and in particular look at the comfort level question 9 here, which has mostly single values, but the occasional value here, like 8.5, which ruins just a straight plotting of the data as a bar graph and requires a histogram for easier use. So let's take a look. We're going to take this data, we're going to copy it, and we're going to put it on a new sheet just for ease of use. And we're also going to delete the title just to get it out of the way. It'll make it easier to select things. The second thing we need to do is define the bin boundaries for our histogram. So these will be values like 7 and up to 8, 8 and up to 9, not including the final value. Now the easiest way to generate the histogram is to ask yourself, well, how many values are between 0 and 1? We could sort and count and things like that, but Excel has a function built in that'll help us do that. Now this is a little non-standard for regular formulas, so I'll walk you through the steps in detail. First, select the entire region beside your bins. Second, start a formula, and we're going to use the frequency formula. So we can press tab, and notice it gives us the hint of what to put in. Data array, well, that's our data here. And the bins array, or the boundaries, are going to be these values here. Now, before you press enter, close the bracket, then hold down the Control, Shift, or Command and Shift, and then press enter now with those held down, and it'll actually do the frequency counts for you. That 8.5 will be put with the 8 because it's between 8 and the next highest level, 9. And this is perfect for generating a histogram. This is all the information we need to generate a histogram. Now, just to go through that briefly again, if we delete all that, the classic mistake is to highlight all the regions, and then just start typing equals frequency, select your data, and select your bins, and then just to press enter. That only gives you one value, and if you cut and paste, it doesn't actually work the way you would expect. This is called a cell array in Excel, and so it's a little bit different. So highlight the region, type in the formula, select the data, comma, select the bins, close the bracket, Control, Shift, and enter, and you'll get the calculation we want. If you want to verify that it's using the cell array correctly, notice there's curly brackets on the end of the formula, beginning and end of the formula here. Once we have this data here, it's straightforward to generate the graph. It's just like generating any other bar plot. So we're going to insert a chart, and we want a column chart, but one of the other ones, and we should select our data first. There we go. Select our data, pick a chart, and the one we want is this one here. Notice the 10 along the bottom and the heights of the bins being the frequencies. Perfect. So we're going to pick that, and there is our graph. And the only other thing we might want to do to make it look more like a histogram is select the bars, go into the change series chart type, oops, no, and go into the format data series, there we are. And one of the things you can shrink down is the gap width. And this looks exactly like a histogram we would have generated using any other software. So that sequence of commands, generating the frequency and then generating the bar plot, will work on both Macintosh and PCs.